everyone. So a really quick demonstration, hopefully, on utilising a little feature in Platform Analytics, which is the how to share and schedule your dashboards once you've set them up. So this is a pretty naff looking dashboard. We just built it on the last one, so maybe we'll go to the other one. One of the little quick navigation things that is worth knowing is that you can instantly go and look using this little drop down here as well. So I'll go to this legal operations one as an example for something a little bit better looking. So if we click in the top right hand corner, we can see this more actions option, and we can choose who we are sharing this with. So as I mentioned on one of the previous sessions, in the previous iterations of reporting and dashboards in ServiceNow, it was really annoying because you would set up your reports, you'd then set up a dashboard, you would then go and share the link and set up your sharing permissions for that dashboard, and you'd copy a link and you put it to your put it in a Teams group. We then would wait and happily think that this was all set up and shared, and then you'd find out that every single report would need to be shared individually to each individual, whether it's group or user that you wanted to. So yeah, that was painful. Happily now, in Platform Analytics, we don't need to do that. So we can click here on share, and we are given some options. So one of the things that is worth calling out here is that the access to the data is still going to be controlled outside of dashboards. So you don't necessarily need to worry about adding the wrong person and then they can see sensitive data. It's still going to be underlined by the actual product or application security principles and designs. So that's not a problem. This is just to grant access to this particular dashboard. So we can see here that by default in this demo dashboard, anyone with these two roles here would get access, but we can also give this to other people. So I'm gonna add in our good old friend Chuck as as someone who can add, edit, or delete sharing permissions. So they become like an editor almost. And then we could also put in, let's say, a group like a legal. Do we have? Yeah, let's put legal department as a group. And then, okay, we're gonna do that. And then if we wanted to change these permissions, then we could do if they've got the right kind of levels of permissions and the right roles against them. Clearly, Chuck does not. So this kind of proves that point. You can't kind of over promote people or give that information. So if we're happy with the access that we've added in, we'd be able to confirm this. Also, if I wanted to copy the link, then if I've added the necessary permissions, then I know I copy this out. So let me just copy it and just prove this, and then put it into the browser. This is going to take me directly to the legal operations dashboard. So yeah, really easy, really quick to kind of navigate to that particular dashboard and share those permissions, but with an element of control as well. We've already spoken about export on one of the other sessions. It's fairly obvious. Either in the PowerPoint or as a PDF, we can export this. And then on the schedule, so this can be really powerful. So one of the caveats I always say when it comes to exporting things out of ServiceNow is once you export it out, the data becomes out of date. So just use it wisely and don't rely on it. For kind of people working on it, people get stuck in their own ways and find ways to still do what they've always done. So yeah, just use this with an element of caution. But yeah, what we might want to do is we might want to export the dashboard, and this is going to do it as one visualization per slide, or we could do it as just a single PDF that that we're going to attach to an email. And then it just walks you through what this what is actually required as part of the schedule send. So it asks you, what is the reoccurrence? So is it every day? Is it weekly? Is it monthly? So it's a legal operations one. So maybe it'll be a weekly one. We're going to say on every Monday at 8 o'clock in the Monday. It's going to take your own time zone. If there's no records against the report, so you've set up the dashboard, the data hasn't started coming in yet, we can choose to not send this. And then if we wanted to add any particular conditions, if it was scripted, I wouldn't advise this if you're not into your tech. But yeah, you could script some conditions of when to actually send this. And then underneath, you can see here that we've got an email client which is similar to kind of any other email client that you would use, whether it's natively on a desktop or a kind of a Gmail, for example. So the difference is that we can reference users or groups within the system. We can so I've chosen to get the same people as before, or I could do my email address. So we could type in particular email addresses, and ServiceNow's got its own kind of email client. So that's going to send this out, and then put this, so month, weekly legal report. And then within here, we could put absolutely anything into here. We could put tables, we could put links, we could put bullet points, whatever text it might be. It just gives us the standard flexibility. And we're not able to have like full range of like images and videos and various different things, but ultimately this is going to give you something regular that can, you don't need to think about it, you just set it up. This prompts people to look into this data and this information. It can include a link into where this dashboard is, but also it could be that those people that you're sending it to, they don't have access to ServiceNow and they just need to see the data or its management, and they just need something that they can quickly look at rather than logging into ServiceNow, going through single sign-on, multi-factor authentication, navigating around just a really simple snapshot of that data. So that is really powerful. And when you send that, when you save that, you've got that scheduled execution against that dashboard, and then you can come back and let's just save this, just make sure there's nothing that we can do. So yeah, we're then able to just to review this on an ongoing basis, or if we want to manually send this, then we can do, and it will just automatically dispatch that email at the time. So as I said before, we can go back to that schedule, navigating back from the dashboard, and just update those settings as we see fit. So that's the two main things I wanted to show you today. They're fairly simple things, but also can be incredibly powerful, and just saves you a huge amount of time, rather than having to manually manipulate this data on a regular basis, looking at spreadsheets, pulling it from different data sources. You can do that all in one place, and it doesn't have to just be one data source as well. I focused on finance requests on my other demo, but this has got legal requests, it's got contracts. On here, it might have legal matters, for example. So you can do that all in one place, and you're not having to scrabble around pulling those different disparate data sets together to produce these really intuitive and interactive reports and dashboards. So hopefully that's been useful, and yeah, that should be it for the series on platform analytics. If there's anything else that needs covering, please just shout and let us know. Thank you.
Thanks for watching The Process Play.